Hello, I'm Mike with the Daily BM. And on this episode, we discuss the Netflix movie Damsel, starring Millie Bobby Brown, old video games, Hostel the movie, and if we could be Jigsaw from the Saw movie franchise. Oh, and in the beginning, Brad also talks about masturbating his dad. This should be a great episode. I hope you enjoy it. Remember to like and subscribe.
Good morning, fuckers, and welcome to another fantastic Friday on the Daily BM. I have Mikey with me. What's up?
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
So, a couple of things before we start jumping into today's subject about movies. So, two things. First of all, my refrigerator went out. Fucking yay, right? So,
It winning.
My wife was like, did you not see the water on the floor? And I'm like, do you know how often I'm in the kitchen? Okay, I'm a liar because I'm in the kitchen all the time eating. But I was like, no. So the whole refrigerator went out. So I spent all night last night going to like Home Depot, trying to find a refrigerator, trying to find the one I like, blah, 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 blah. And so that was number one. So this morning I woke up and I had an appointment to get a beard trim. By the way, I got my beard all nice and done for the show.
Yeah, I saw that. Looks good.
So I went and got my beard trim, and I'm talking to our barber, and so we get on the subject about masturbation, right? And so my dad. We were talking about my dad. Hold on a second. Let me rephrase this. My dad off. We were talking about. Oh wow!
So you got on the topic of conversation about masturbating your dad.
Let me back up. All right. So we weren't talking about jerking my dad off.
What do you have to like manually stimulate him, like keep him going?
He is 86, man.
Is that part of your duties as a son?
Hey! If the old man needs me to whack his wiener at 86, hey man, you know what? People jerk off horses. Yeah. You know what I mean, to inseminate other horses. But can you imagine the work it would take to fucking jack off a horse?
Wait, so you're jacking off your dad to inseminate other horses? That's kind of weird.
It is what it is. It's kind of weird shit. But
seriously, little sunny
think
right
about
there.
this real quick before I talk about that. But if you had to masturbate a horse, I mean, you'd have to two-hand that fucking dude. It really brings on the term horse dick. Well, it's a horse.
I think there's a machine that they put on it. I don't think there's.
So you did this whole time how to do it the old-fashioned way?
Yeah.
I was just randomly going into fields jerking off horses.
Jerking off horses just randomly.
No, but we were talking about my dad because he hasn't been in there to get a beard trim, and I was like, well, he basically, he shaved his face and looks like a little old dude right now. Yeah. But he looks like Grizzly Adams when he had the beard. Anyway, so I was talking about his health condition, which he was diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's, right? So I don't know how we were talking about masturbation, kind of like, and I was like, the only thing is, he doesn't have to fucking move his hand. He can just set it on and grip it and let the fucking Parkinson's do the work. And I said, and I looked at the barber and I go, well, if you're Michael J. Fox, man, you're in business, dude.
Oh my God.
You can literally just rub yourself off, dude. Just grip it, let it go to town with the shaking.
That's not how it would work, actually. See, the reality.
Okay, something you've tried.
The reality would be it's gonna be like this.
Oh my God!
You're not gonna be able to get a hold of it because you're like shaking too much. It's ungrabbable.
So what do? Just kind of reach it real fast and try to slap it into your hand? I mean, if you had Parkinson's.
Yeah, then you knock your nuts real hard and then you're in pain and agony.
So fucked up, man.
I wonder if your balls jiggle too if you have Parkinson's.
Well, if you ripped your shaft, I'm sure your balls would shake.
I'm just wondering if because your extremities shake, right?
Wait, what would you?
Like all your extremities shake.
Wait, think about this though. You could put your balls in your left hand, and then have your shaft in your right hand, and you literally you're like one of those shake weights, dude. You know what I mean?
I feel like this. What would Brian conversation.
Say? What would Schmegel Brian say? You go, pump you up, man.
I'm here to pump you up.
I'm here to pump you up, man. But anywho, so on to movies. Welcome to the show. Sorry about the quick intro there, but Parkinson's.
That was really weird.
If you're Parkinson's and you're a man, hey, you got an advantage. Just saying. Tell my dad, hey, rub one out, dude. Try it out. You might actually be okay with it. take your don't take your medication for a day.
Oh,
In the morning,
Jesus.
take it later in the morning.
Jesus.
So anyway, you had a movie you wanted to talk about today for Friday Flicks. So
Last night I watched this movie called Damsel. I
okay,
don't know if you've seen it, but
Mhm.
it was really good. It had the girl from Stranger Things in it.
What's her name?
Um
Millie. Oh my God, her name is Millie. Millie. Shit,
it's Millie
I can't
Millie
think.
Bobby Brown. It's Millie Bobby Brown. I was
I
gonna get
really
to
wanted to
that.
say Millie
Um
Vanilli, but ba, ba, ba,
it,
ba,
it,
ba.
it was Millie Bobby Brown.
Dude, I hate to
Um
say this without sounding like a fucking total pervert, but she was young when she did the first seasons of Stranger Things, but
she's 20 now, so
she's
you can say
really
whatever you
grown
want.
into her own skin, and I mean, she looks pretty damn
You
good, bro.
fucking creeper.
I might be a creeper, but you got it. Okay, so you're gonna sit here and tell me that she's not hot?
No, she's a kid.
Oh, you're such a fucking liar! I guarantee if we were out there, you're like, yeah, dude, she's fucking hot.
No, she's pretty. She's cute.
That's what I meant.
She's a
She's a
kid
cute
though.
girl.
She's a kid.
She's
No, you
not a
said
kid.
she's
She's an
hot.
adult. She's an adult.
You said she's hot
She's an
in a
adult.
very
Oh, you're gonna
inappropriate
argue with me
way
now about whether or not
for
she's hot or
a
not?
51-year-old man. You said it inappropriately.
That's not inappropriate because she's an
Extremely
adult.
inappropriate.
She's an adult.
Mm-hmm.
How is it? Okay, elaborate how it's inappropriate when she's an adult.
Because she could be your son's girlfriend.
Oh, that sounds like an intro to a porno flick right there.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why does everybody
Dun,
use that
dun.
one, that same fucking like song? That instrumental.
I don't
So,
know.
hey, my son's at
'Cause
work today.
I think it was prevalent.
You want me to
Oh
help clean my
no.
pipe?
Oh
Help me clean the
no.
pipe?
I'm stuck in the dishwasher. I don't know what to do. Can you help me out?
I'm
Yes,
stuck in
I
the
can.
front loader of the dryer. I can't seem to get out. I can help
Yeah.
you with that. And then the music cues in. No,
Dun, dun,
but
dun,
anyway,
dun,
so
dun.
Jesus Christ, what's wrong with us this Friday?
She looks at
It,
you. She looks at you. She's like, "Does the carpet match the drapes?" Because are your balls gray? No, but they're bald. Cha-ching!
they're bald like my head, bitch.
Yeah, let's go.
And just like that, this show took a
Dude,
total turn
dude,
for the
dude,
worse. This episode,
dude,
should I say?
dude, dude. So I actually really like the movie though, a lot.
Yeah, me
Um,
too. It was good.
it reminded me a lot of the old movie Dragons. I think it was called Dragon Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it was? Is that the name of
I
the movie?
believe
Do you
so.
remember that one?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Was it Dragon Slayer?
I believe so. I believe it was Dragon Slayer. If you haven't seen the movie yet, well, we're gonna fucking ruin it for you.
From 1981. Do you remember that
So,
movie?
yep. But hold on, guys. If you
Yeah.
don't want to hear the review about this movie and you don't want to hear about what the movie is about, you can go ahead and log off. It's been 7 minutes into the show. You can go ahead and log out because we got credit for you listening. Anyway, go ahead. So, Mike, go ahead.
Well, I like the premise of it. I thought that the whole concept behind it was pretty cool. The it was kind of refreshing that it wasn't good versus evil like a lot of the movies are. Where they
Correct.
make like the dragon like an evil beast or monster that man has to slay. It was pretty cool how the process went. I don't really want to do a spoiler alert because I want people to watch it.
Well, we already did. We already gave them the option to sign off.
Okay. So that's
So
how it goes.
Yeah, fuck them. Just do it.
I like the premise of the whole having an intelligent dragon
Mhm.
is really cool. I mean, they've done it a lot in media, so it's not like a new concept at all. Like a lot of the dragons are intelligent; they're not mindless beasts. It's pretty cool that the dragon can talk. So it's
Right.
kind of like
I thought that was neat.
it's antagonizing its prey as it's hunting it down. And I don't know, man. I just liked it. I thought it was really entertaining for a summer flick.
Yeah, I thought so too. I really like the writing around the whole fact that they thought they had to sacrifice, a new person every time.
Well, Well, they didn't think about that. That's the arrangement that was made, but they
That was
just
the
figured out how
arrangement
to
was made with
they
the
figured out
dragon.
they figured out how to game the system.
Yeah, game the system and just sacrifice the person. But I thought that was really cool. I thought, like you said, the dragon wasn't like just some mindless beast that was killing things. It had a
Yeah.
purpose behind it.
Mhm.
And it was antagonizing its prey. I like the fact that she was smarter than the others as well that went before her. You know what I mean?
Well,
Because they
she
only made
wasn't
it.
ju
It was a series of steps.
she wasn't smarter. She just was lucky enough to benefit from all of the others' mistakes
Correct. And they taught,
because
but the girls actually before they documented their steps too, which I thought was cool.
yeah, which the only part that didn't make sense was Victoria because
Yeah.
she documented how she escaped, but she died at the top, which means that she would have had to gone up there, climbed up all those crystals, gotten back down, went back to the safe place, drawn the rest of the map, went back to escape, got up there, and then just gotten barbecued by the dragon because the dragon knew it was already there. You know what I mean? Because
Turn into a shish kebab.
that part didn't make a whole lot of sense to me because I was like, okay, this person would really have to have a lot of like moral fortitude and strength of character to see the exit and go, but wait, there's more. And turn around and go back and like finish the map and be like, I'm gonna redo this quest all over again.
What was that name? What was the name of that video game in the 80s that people would play
King's
and you had to
Quest?
like was it Dragon's Lair where you had to like guess his like where he had to go. You had to lead him. It was like he'd walk. It was the first kind of like
It's
game
King's
where you
Quest. The first
was
game was King's Quest.
was it King's Quest? Are you sure? That doesn't sound right to me. I thought
That's
it was Dragon Lair or something like that.
I
I thought it
don't
was
know, look it up real quick. King's Quest was the one where you had to type in what you
yeah,
wanted to do.
it was called Dragon's Lair. Absolutely. It's called Lair, and there was a trilogy behind it. I'm looking it up right now. It was called Dragon's Lair. Look it up. It was in the arcades. But it was really
That
yeah,
one.
you remember?
That's okay. Sorry, that's from the like mid '80s.
Yeah,
That's a later one. King's Quest was a lot earlier than that.
yeah, Mike. We're not talking about the ones where you had to go. He takes the chalice and drinks from it.
Yeah, that's what it was. That was basically like that.
Yeah, I'm talking about real time animation where you had to like, and then you would make the wrong.
No,
I can't
no,
tell you how
Dragon's
much
Lair
money
was yeah, was a good
that
one. I
was.
never I couldn't afford to play that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the very first. If anybody is any gamer, that was really truly the first game pay to play. I mean,
Mhm.
because it would suck the money right out of you. You'd spend $20 just playing that stupid game. You know, because you were like, fuck, and then you'd go back and you had to like anticipate. Then it was like one of 3 moves were the right one. So it was like, here's another
Yep.
50 cents. Here's another 50 cents. Here's another 50 cents. You know, and you'd be like, "Dwah, dwah, dwah," fail. And it always
This is
pissed
the
you off
end.
because it always make him look like a dumbass
Mhm.
every time he
Oh
fucking
yeah.
made the wrong choice. Like,
Yep.
and he'd get electrocuted or some dumb shit. But yeah, man, anybody that's over the age of 45 will probably remember that game, Dragon's Lair. But back to the movie. Yeah, it gave me that vibe. Like, you know,
Yeah.
because I wanted to go. Because during the movie, I was going, no, don't do that. No, I gotta go here. Oh, shit, I got 8. You know what I mean? Here's another 50 cents.
Yeah.
Here's another 50 cents to keep watching. How fucked up would that be? Like, if you could, like, have an interactive movie where it had different choices that you had to pick.
I'm sure it's coming.
No, think about that, though, man.
I think that's actually a thing.
But how cool would that be? Like, on screen, it says, choose the path. A, B, or C, and then each one has a different outcome based on the move. You could
No,
totally have
I
AI do
think
it.
they already have that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
In movies?
Yes. And it's on Netflix. Interactive TV shows and movies on Netflix. Yep.
No shit. Why have I never seen it?
These are TV shows, movies, or trivia on Netflix where you control the story, answering the questions and more. You can play them on smart TVs, phones, and everything. You just have to go to the interactive section on Netflix.
Ah, motherfuckers, they thought of it. I was like, let's patent this shit and be millionaires.
No, hold on. I'm actually signed into Netflix. Let me go check this out real quick.
Oh my god, how cool would I mean, but think about it, man, for like those kind of movies and shit, dude. action movies, you get to choose, and all of a sudden you get shot. Or does the movie end if you choose the wrong choice?
Probably. Maybe.
Fail. Then you got to go back and watch it again. That would kind of piss
Oh,
me off.
there's You versus Wild interactive. There's
No shit.
yeah, there's Escape the Undertaker interactive. There's Camp Cretaceous, Hidden Adventures,
Now, are they all like
Choose Love.
animation based, or are they like straight up like human
No, this
movies?
looks like real world shit.
Oh,
Some
we're
of
gonna
these
have
do,
to
not
talk
all
about
of them.
this on another episode, man, and say, okay,
Oh,
guys, this
they have a Black Mirror episode called Bandersnatch.
wait, what?
Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch.
Yeah, sure.
However you want to pronounce it. Dude, that would be so cool, though, man. Think about it.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to try this because I don't know how it works.
That could lead to interactive porn. I wonder if they have that. Usually porn does everything first.
I'm sure they do.
I mean, think
I'm
about
sure
it.
they do.
You know, you walk into a room. Do you undress her, or do you tell her to get on her knees,
I'm
or do
sure
you
they
do this?
do. I'm sure they do.
If not, dude, we're onto something. Make it
make
interactive porno flicks.
You make the wrong choice, and you're with a he
With a-
him instead of a she her.
Yeah, you can have hey, you're strolling down this you're strolling down the streets of Bangkok. Do you cup check her? Do you just tell her let's go back to the room, and the next thing you know, dead dick?
Yeah.
So do you continue? Then you can take it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Do you continue on?
Yeah, no shit. And then it turns into like a Hostel episode where now you're fighting for your life to get away from the situation. Dude, speaking of movies, I know okay, so we're off the topic of Damsel. It's a good movie. You guys should go check it out. I didn't give you too many spoilers, I hope. But speaking of movies that fucked me up, Hostel fucked me up.
Oh, for traveling?
Because it starts off as a soft porn and then goes straight into like gore fest.
Yes.
And like horrible things that other people will do to people. And it's like, this sucks. But it did have one of my favorite endings of all time. Like, I was very happy with the ending. Very happy. I'll leave it there.
Have you only watched the first Hostel? There's like a bunch of them.
I watched the first two, and then I've kind of gotten gore fested out. Like, I used to watch that stuff, and now it's just like I just can't stomach it anymore. Like, I don't like seeing people in pain like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe.
It's not entertaining anymore. I prefer to see them suffer in the real world.
Yeah, exactly. I prefer to see them suffer than a quick death. But yeah,
it's not quick. That's just painful. That's painful.
Oh, I
looking,
know.
man.
It's kind of like the Saw movies, man. They stretch that shit out. Let me ask you a fucked up
I did
question.
like them. It's just it gets hard to watch sometimes because you start feeling the agony. You know.
So, are there times in your brain as a human being where you're like, yeah, I could do that fucking shit. Like, I could be the guy from Saw and take 5 assholes and put them in a fucking room and torture them all individually and let one get out? Or would you be like, no, they're all going to die? Yeah, just think about it. You're like, you had to stop and think, well, maybe I could. That's human thought process right there. Well, could I do that? Probably. Or would your moral compass kick in and be like, yeah, I really can't kill these people?
I can't.
You're still thinking about it.
No.
You could do it?
I couldn't. Mm-mm.
I could. It's fucked up to say, but I think I could. I would
Really?
really... I think it would depend... Okay, so here's why. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it would depend on what they did. Okay? So, for instance...
Oh, what type of criminals they were. Okay.
Yeah, or what kind of asshole they are.
Or people. I mean, what kind of people,
or
not
what kind of
criminals,
person they are. So, like, if I knew they were ripping off old people and, like, living the high life where these other people, these old people were suffering, and the guys, like, that steal money, financial people, like, that steal their money and, like, think it's okay and, like, they have zero remorse, yeah, I could fucking put that guy in the mix. If you're a pedophile and you fuck with kids, definitely you would be probably the first one to fucking go. And then
well, that's different. That's different. If you know their backstory, I kind of maybe I misunderstood the question.
Yeah, maybe you misunderstood. I'm saying if you knew their backstory,
I thought it was
just 5 randos.
I thought it was 5 randos. If you were like, kill these 5 randos,
I couldn't
would be
do
hard.
Randos, I couldn't do it.
But like if they're shitty people, then I'd have no problem doing it.
Yeah, that's me too, man. I feel like I could do it that way. But if it was 5 randos, my empathy, my sensitivity, all that shit would kick in and going, I can't do this to people that I don't know what their backstory is. They might be good people, they might not be. I couldn't do it. But even in Saul, I think he picked the people like that were shitheads. I don't think he picked randos, right?
No. He didn't pick randos. He picked people that
We're
well,
assholes.
he
Or just
got a
basically
little
assholes.
he got fucked up towards the end a little bit because he started picking people that were like he felt were like I think responsible for his wife's death.
Mhm.
And like the doctor and stuff like that,
Right.
because they were just they didn't want to try hard enough, and like the insurance company. I think he went after that. I'm 100% on that. Don't quote me on that. But he picked people that had problems, like whatever their addictions were, and
Okay.
he put them in front of their addictions at first. Is what my thought process was, because I remember one girl was like a drug addict, and like that became like his sidekick, and then she
Right.
went rogue and started making the traps unescapable,
Right.
which went against what Saw did. So he ends up killing her because she didn't follow the planning, so to speak, of the
No.
programming. Uh, yeah. So it's kind of a fucked up way of putting people in right in the midst of their problems.
Wow.
It's like
Guys.
what what the thing with Saw is like. What are you? His thing was is like, what are you willing to sacrifice to live? And the sacrifice, the longer you wait to make the decision, the greater the sacrifice becomes.
Yeah, it was like, you have to lock your finger off. Okay, I'm gonna do that right now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because I'm not taking my whole leg off
And then
later
there
on down the
was the
road.
one that was the most fucked up one was the one where they had the challenge where it was everybody in the thing. It was like in a sewer system thing, and everybody
Mhm.
was like all lone wolves and looking out for themselves. And if they'd have just worked as a team, they would have survived the whole thing all together. But everybody died because the last obstacle was like everybody would have to put a thing in and give 1 pint of blood because it required 6 pints. And there
Ah,
was only one guy left. So when he put it in there, like it drained him his blood to open the lock.
yeah,
You
because
know
you
what I mean?
can't
So he
lose that
could,
much blood in one thing.
yep, because he was dead. He died. So, but if they would have had all of them there, it'd only been, the 6 people would have each put it in there, given 1 pint of blood, and they'd been fine. But they could have because there was like one part in the scene where there was only 4 tunnels, 4 things, and the last person left was going to get shrappled. But there was plenty of room in each of the tunnels to share multiple people. But nobody thought about it because they're all like lone wolf assholes. You know what I mean? Looking out for themselves. So that was the moral of the story.
So the
I
moral of
thought
the
the Saw
story
movies were
is,
always interesting.
before we get out of here, is don't be an asshole, and you won't end up in a sewer and then have to give 6 pints of blood and drain yourself dry. There you go.
Yes.
So there you have it.
Yes.
So
Don't be a douche. Don't be a douche, and you won't
just don't be
end
a
up in a.
douche,
You more than likely won't end up in a saw cage unless you just have really shitty luck.
or you'll
Don't
get.
don't don't go in the woods. Don't marry strangers. Don't trust
and if
people that look shady. Don't
and
go
if you
down
ever
alleys
and if
in
you ever hear
towns.
this theme music, do do
Dude,
do
dude,
do do,
dude.
you know something. You either getting laid or you're the one getting fucked. Anyway, so that
Yeah.
being said, guys, don't forget to head over to thedailybm.com where you can find all our socials. You can also find us on Rumble and on the YouTube. You can just like and subscribe over there. Don't forget masondangersco.com where you get 20% off on all beard stuff, all cool man shit. Again, use the promo code DailyBM. Mikey, you got anything before we get out of here?
Hey, everybody, just have a good weekend, and hope you enjoy some great movies this weekend with your loved ones.
There you go. There you have it. And we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Have a good one.
Deuces. Deuces.